Tanya came out with Martin, we fell off the chair.
What's happening, Shaq?
What's going on? You've been with Sanam. Yeah. You've just been you, the Kiwi, you know.
Do you know what? She's just
brilliant.
you.
Yeah.
She's you.
Date yesterday, and then she actually asked me.
You are punching above your weight.
Yeah.
Oh, I really love the family visits. I love the fact that Tom's family were excited to see Shaq, even though Shaq wasn't in a coupling with, their family member. I like Tanya's mom. I know someone said something about her being on After the Sun, but I rarely watched After the Sun, so I wouldn't know. But it was also nice to see that Will is not the only quirky one in his family, and his dad said you have to be a different person to sort of mesh with our family. But anyway, I digress. Hey there! Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. It's your girl Valerie again. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, Season 9, Episode 56. So the islanders wake up and, they're talking about the fact that Will and Jesse are boyfriend and girlfriend. And I think everyone is just sort of a bit down because they're in the bottom three and sort of reflecting on the events of the previous night. And then they all wake up, they go downstairs in their couples. And Lana and Ron's parents and friends are the first to turn up. And for me, it was nice to see them get along, but I wish they'd held Ron accountable because they just brushed over the fact that Ron had treated Lana very badly. And I think this is a theme, even with the viewers, some of them have just brushed over the fact that Ron treated Lana terribly when he was turning his head for every bombshell that came into the villa, and the fact that he was misbehaving in bed with Tennille and saying, we're mates, are we not going to cuddle anymore? So I don't get why nothing like that was brought up. They say they look great together, but there's more to being a couple than just your appearance. I don't know. Ron, I think, is able to talk himself out of trouble, and he was able to talk himself out of any trouble in this event. This is my opinion. Then we have Tanya and Shaq. Shaq's sister and his friend came, and Tanya's mom and her aunt came as well. I like the fact that they did tell her off, but not in a mean way. In private, Tanya, her aunt and her mom, they didn't like what she did in Casa Amor. And also, Shaq's sister wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. She wasn't playing games. You could tell from her face that she wasn't happy with the way Tanya moved through Casa Amor. And she even said to Tanya, we still need to have conversations after, because she told Shaq, I'm not happy with the way she behaved. I think you should have taken time out and given her enough room. She needed to make more effort to win you back, not just have you back just like that. And I like the fact that Tanya's mom said, if she gives you any problems, let me know and I'll slap her foot. It's like, here we go, they don't play. And the fact that they told Shaq, we fell off our couch as soon as she brought back Martin, because we didn't expect that. So I think Tanya's family actually see the good qualities that Shaq has. I said Shaq is a great guy. Because Shaq has treated Tanya way better than Ron has treated Lana. And this is my thing, that even though Shaq has been a great guy, I like the fact that Tanya's mom was not afraid to sort of hold Tanya accountable in front of Shaq and his family. Although his sister, I think, wanted her to go a bit hard, but I don't think Tanya's mom would have gone hard on TV. I think if she's going to have a conversation with Tanya, she's going to have a conversation in private. And you could see how excited they were to see her and how happy and they made Shaq. And Shaq is, I didn't know that he's the younger one of his siblings. I think he said he's got 2 older sisters or something. And they seem to be very protective of him. So Tanya is going to have to do a lot of drafting once they leave the villa if she wants to stay with Shaq. This is the impression that I'm getting from his sister's behavior. So Tom's mom and sister come, and Sammy's mom and sister come. And for me, I know they both like Tom and Sammy together, but I don't think Tom is ready for a relationship, in my opinion. I know he's asked Sammy to be his girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken. It seems like forever. I know he asked Sammy to be his girlfriend, but personally, I don't think he's ready for a serious relationship, in the sense that this is the problem that he's had from the start, because he's struggled to sort of say what he likes about the girls. Because I remember with Olivia, the first time before he coupled with her, he got her to raise a pillow and demonstrate what she did for her job. That's when he chose her to couple up with her. with Zara, all he spoke about was her body and how beautiful she looked. The same thing with Sammy. I think Tom doesn't know what qualities he's looking for in a girlfriend. And even if the girls were to ask him, what is it about me you like? I don't think he'd be able to describe anything apart from the fact that he said, she keeps me in check and she's very good looking. She's very good looking. This is all he's ever said about Sammy. I know his mother did bring up about Casa, and Sammy's mother did bring about Casa. But I think the families have been asked not to go too hard because it seems everyone, though they're bringing up mistakes, are sort of just brushing over them. I don't know whether it's because they don't want to subject their family member to a lot of hate from the public, or whether it's just them choosing to sort of address it once the islander leaves the villa and they get back home. I like how I think it was Tom's sister shouted, "What's up, Shaq?" And it's like, oh, okay. Anyway, next up is Sanam and Kai. And I've always said that Sanam has brought out a side of him that we hadn't seen. And even his mom acknowledges that ever since Sanam entered the villa, Kai has been his authentic self. Both Sanam's mom and Kai's mom appreciate the fact that he said he was going to look after Sanam, and he's done just that. Kai's parents love Sanam. I love Sanam. I think she's very quiet and very easygoing. I felt so sad for her when she was talking about her dad. And I think there was someone, her grandpa or someone, who the mom said is waking up at 5 a.m. to watch Sanam. And they've both been amazing, really. They've both been amazing. And I think the fact that Kai handled the Olivia situation very diplomatically and didn't go into the gutter with Olivia, even when she tried to, and continued to stay with Sanam and look after Sanam when she went through the challenges. I think this is why he's got a stamp of approval from Sanam's family, and this is why even his mom and stepdad were really happy with Kai, with how he's handled himself. And not only that, they love Sanam. They say she's amazing, which I like for him. Last but not least is Will and Jesse. So Will's brother and dad come, and Jesse's mom, and I think it was a friend or sister, came, and she was actually surprised because apparently her mom didn't even have a passport and she's never left Australia. So this was her first time traveling out of the country. And it was nice to see how Will gets along with his family, their banter, the way they were teasing each other. Will's brother's style, I take it he and Will, share the same stylist. You have to be a certain type of person to understand it. And I like the fact that they were teasing him, and they also gave him good advice, because I think out of everyone, Will is the only person who apologized for his behavior in Casa Amor, because his brother told him, you need to apologize because that was unacceptable. And I like the fact that Will's dad teased him and said, you're punching above your weight, which is the truth though. He knows he's punching. And so, and Jesse's mom really liked Will. So I hope, as I've always said, that Jess is as genuine as she makes out, because it seems Will's family have accepted her. Although Jess's mom said, her dad is excited and can't wait for Jesse and Will to get married. So we'll see how that plays out. Will and Jess's families leave, and everyone is just reminiscing on the day and getting to see their families and the fact that their families were actually in the villa. They then get ready for the night and have their drinks and sort of have a conversation about the day. And then Kai receives a text message to say that, the islanders need to gather around the fire pit. For me, was not surprised with the results. I think, I know the viewers wanted Tom and Sammy and Shaq and Tanya to be in the bottom, but I personally think, irregardless of whatever Tanya did in Casa Amor, which is not as bad as what some of the other islanders did, she and Shaq have a great connection, and the other islanders could see it, that they are compatible. Because I said it before, when they're good, they're very good. And so it wasn't surprising for me that they were not in the vulnerable couples. And so was I surprised with the results? Not really. I think Kai and Sanam have such a large fan base that there was no way, even if the producers didn't want them, there was no way they could have been in, the one sent home. Ron and Lana, I think Ron and Lana are the producers' backup. I think their favorite is Tom and Sammy, because aesthetically they look amazing, but I think Ron and Lana are sort of a backup if the viewers don't like Tom and Sammy. And so I wasn't surprised that Will and Jesse went home. I think Jessie came in and lived up to what she was sent in to do. She came in, she was a bombshell, she found a guy, and she created a great connection, and she left with the guy as boyfriend and girlfriend. So I wasn't really surprised with the results. I really wasn't surprised with the results. Do I think Lana and Ron deserve to be there? No, I don't think they deserve to be there. I think Ron and Lana need to go home next. I think they need to be eliminated. They don't need to be part of the top 3 because I think they have the least chemistry of all the couples left. I think Shaq and Tanya have the best chemistry, followed by Kai and Sanam, and then Tom and Sammy, and last but not least, Ron and Lana. I think if Will had stayed with a different girl, then his chances of being in the finale would be higher. And so it's sad to see Will go, because I think he was one of the sort of neutral parties in the villa, in the sense that he got along with almost everyone. So you could see that all the islanders were upset. Shaq actually said, he's happy that there's no more eliminations because he can't bear to see somebody else go home. And so, the islanders celebrate being in the top 4. As I've said, I'm not sure how I feel about the top 4. I don't think Sammy or Ron deserve to be in the top 4, and I don't think Ron and Lana deserve to be in the top 4. I think the producers have their favorite, and this is why those 2 couples are in the top 4. I think Tanya has had, yes, she did the Martin incident, but so did Tom. Tom deceived Lydia to the extent that she thought he was going to bring her in. Casey, the same thing could be said about him and Cynthia. Will, the same thing could be said about him and Layla. So for Tanya to have all the backlash, I don't get it. I think the edit hasn't done her justice, and I think Shaq is a great guy, and it's a pity that he might not end up winning just because people are still holding on to the Tanya beef. I think I've said this before, if Tanya and Shaq don't win, I want Kai and Sanam to win. That's my opinion, because they have the most genuine connections of everybody else in the villa. Everybody else, I think they're more in a strategic relationship or strategic coupling because they know the benefits that come with them being coupled together, especially Tom and Sammy, because aesthetically, as I said already, they look amazing. So the chances when they leave the villa for them to get opportunities, either for modeling or whatever, are higher than some of the other couples. But anyway, I digress. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.